Turns out the 49ers injury bug might not be bad luck. It might be one of the most surprising explanations ever, and it has nothing to do with football. See, the 49ers have been the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade. This lines up almost exactly with their move to Levi's Stadium in 2014. Now, people attributed the injuries early on to the turf that they used, but they fixed that and the injuries still piled up. Now, the recent theory is it has to do with their strength and conditioning coach that they've had since 2019, but that's seemingly not the cause either, according to a man named Peter Cowan. He's come up with what seems like a true answer to the 49ers soft tissue injury problems, and it has to do with the location of their facilities. He's released the first of his 4 articles on this theory, and I'll leave that information in the comments for you, but let me explain the gist of it. Essentially, Peter's using the 49ers as being the outlier in injuries compared to the rest of the NFL over the last 10 years as a real-life case study on electromagnetic fields and the damage that they can do to humans. Now, that's a lot to process, so let me explain a bit more simply. The 49ers practice field and training facilities are right next to an electrical substation. Side note explainer, a substation is basically the middleman between the power plant and the consumer that helps regulate the flow of electricity. So Peter's hypothesis is that these low-frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, which is a protein that's the main building block in things like your skin, tendons, ligaments, basically all the soft tissue that could strain, rupture, and tear. And this would happen a lot easier and often if you were putting an immense load on it while it's simultaneously being weakened by EMFs. And this isn't just an assumption. Peter Cowan actually went as close to the 49ers facility as possible and picked up EMF readings at least 3 times higher than the typical home or office. And you would have to assume that the readings are even higher inside the facility because it is right up against the substation. Now, you could argue, if this is dangerous, why has nobody done anything about it? Well, that's because the rules are outdated. The FCC guidelines from the 1990s are still in place and only recognize dangers that would come from radiation that creates heat, which means in the eyes of the FCC, anything like electromagnetic frequency, power lines, cell towers, and even Wi-Fi are all deemed harmless when they might not be. When you put all these pieces together, these freak injuries to the 49ers players don't look so random anymore.